Thursday, 26th of January 2023. First off, had a great chat on the Wednesday night with Sean from February2, which, as the French would say, quelle surprise. We talked for a long time. And lots of mentions of loads of podcasts, including Stu from Stu World Order, Bill from Bill Reads Bad Reviews. I think we mentioned John from Sense of Shelf, and all sorts of other people. And I'll admit this is me trying to remember over a week later. First thing to point out about my listening for the Thursday night at work was I listened to The Imbalanced History of Rock and Roll, where Marcus and Ray spoke with the great Denny Lane of Moody Blues, Wings, of course, and Ginger Baker's Air Force, I think the group were called. He's had a hell of a life and a hell of a career, and he's got so many anecdotes. It's incredible. I'm sure that you could probably do a 6-hour, even longer podcast with that guy, and he'd have so many stories to tell. Carried on with the Blood on the Tracks. Actually, I need to carry on with that some more. This is the last time I listened to it. I need to listen to some more and get them listened to. About season 1 about Phil Spector, and this one about his relationship with Ike Turner. Because, of course, he wrote and produced River Deep Mountain High, which essentially is Tina Turner with, Phil Collins, people. Phil Spector people. And no sign of Ike Turner or that band at all on there, but it's credited to that. Listen to the latest short from the guys at Chronicles of Wild Hollow. The characters of Bing and Crosby have a cookery show now, and their puns had me absolutely howling with laughter, with one of the standouts being a character named Nye Jellyfish Lawson, which really did get me laughing. It's the simple things. Friday, 27th of January 2023, Bridgewater. This series is so good. The voice acting, sound, direction, dialogue and all over production is fabulous. I have a theory, but that would spoil it, so I'll just say it's got a great supernatural underbelly to it, and I think Vuk from Tracing Owls would absolutely love it as an audio drama, really. Phase Zero, interesting discussion about Chloe Bennett, the actress, and Quake possibly appearing in future Marvel products or productions, where somebody online has been really nasty and said, well, for a television show that's a bit soap opera-y, she's good for that, but not really good enough to be in the films, which I think is a nasty thing to say about anybody. And really, just give them the chance and see what happens. Erin Mankey's Cabinet of Curiosities. The Charles Justice story was absolutely amazing. That story there, you need to listen to that. I can't remember what episode number it was, but if you look at the blog to go with that date of Friday, January the 27th, then you'll see what I mean. The Book Realm, DL Bester carrying on her, telling us what she's reading and what she's up to, and she's made me put in my Amazon basket, other places are available to buy things, Shadow Life by Irumi Goto and Anne Wool, because, well, thanks a lot. It's going to cost me a fortune. Saturday, 28th of January, Desert Skies. A character named Shirley Edwards arrives who's able to fix machinery in the garage, that's on the astral plane, or the first level of the astral plane. That's a story that I'm sure will carry on and be very important. I'm not going to go any further with that. What is it? Penguins of Madagascar was discussed on Bill Reads Bad Reviews. What have I put here? A good review at the end. What? Okay. Oh yeah, the one at the end was a good review, and I think I'll point out that I think the fact that Benedict Cumberbatch was in the film and not pronouncing penguin properly is a joke on a natural history program he made, where you can hear clearly on the voiceover that he wasn't pronouncing it properly most of the time. Uh, what I just watched, or what we just watched, the true film Unwelcome. Dave says his thoughts straight away. He gets his thoughts across, and yeah, he doesn't mince his words. Let's put it that way. Joanna and the Maestro. Actress Joanna Lumley and her husband discuss the subject of Mozart and Beethoven and how they compare, which was fascinating. Smash Brothers presents the Gamma Analysis. Yep, looking at the film Hulk, starring Eric Bana and directed by Ang Lee. Comic Book Nation, Matt was away, Matt Aguilar, so Connor Casey was covering the great Connor Casey. Or should I do that in a deep voice, like the great Connor Casey? And when they got to new trailer for Shazam 2, and when they were talking about Rick and Morty after the scandal that's going on, I actually thought, couldn't they get Christopher Lloyd to be the voice of Rick on Rick and Morty, since he's played the live action version? What date is this, Marv? Come on. Sunday, January the 29th. Bridgewater, the story continues. More possible supernatural links and some familiar faces turn up in surprising places. Desert Skies, Max rock analogy is used on a new patron who's named Michael Partridge. Not Alan, but Michael. Our Cynic Culture. You know, when I listen to their show, I keep thinking, I wish I could afford these drinks that these guys have, because wow. When there was Fab, I want a Christmas album by the Beatles. I would love that. Corona Diaries, so much name dropping, and my God, how many hours does the coach driver for Marillion do? He was saying that he's away for 300 days out of every year, which is astounding. Yes Music podcast, that was an essential listen. The first part of their look at why, of Trevor Horn as a producer and what he came and brought to the table for Yes. Fit Flamingo, listened to that for the first time, and I did the following night as well. It's so positive. Ooh. Monday 30th of January 2023, Bad Counsel, there's so much great advice for stalking response, giving kids the wrong answers and using your partner's Uber, and so much more. Yeah. Another Desert Skies, while Tendi and Shirley are doing something, Mac tries to do stuff on his own, and there's a twist ending. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, more pop culture from these guys, and 2 phenomenal Deep Space Nine episodes critiqued, and I do mean phenomenal. When you get towards the latter end of that last season, it's an amazing show. And finally, Tabletop Genesis, I listened to the episode about the Phil Collins album, Hello, I Must Be Going. An album I haven't listened to in absolutely years, and I feel bad about, because it's such a bloody good album. I'd say it's a great album. I like the cover version of You Can't Hurry Love, but I don't think it fits on the album, and I feel really bad saying that. I think it'd be a better album without it. But there you go. Anyway, thanks everyone. Take care.